Alright, before we continue any further, oh my goodness, look at that, St. Louis 12 wins in a row. Now, before we go any further, let's actually go ahead and save this real quick. Now, just in case the game were to crash during the simulation, we wouldn't want that to happen. Anyways, now that we have Mueller back on our team, we'll put Kapanen back on the third line. Okay. Is Mueller on here, or do we have to make a roster move? Alright, we have to call him up here. So Mueller, come on up. And Marinson, we'll scratch you. Mueller, get in there. So now we will see how this shapes up here. But first, let's take a look at the standings, shall we? So we're 12, 10, and 5 right now. We're in a wild card spot. Montreal leading the division. They've got 34. Buffalo and Boston 33. So we're right there. We're right there. Philadelphia leading the Met. Dallas leading the Central by 3 over St. Louis. And the LA Kings leading the Pacific. Okay, Dallas isn't quite running away with the President's Trophy by as wide a margin as I thought they were. Because Philadelphia is right on their tail with 40 points. And the worst team in the league right now is the New York Islanders. The Vegas Golden Knights not having a good season either. And we're starting off December with what I believe is a winnable game here against the Islanders. 6-15 and 4. So yeah, that first game against the Islanders is definitely a winnable one. And then we've got some tough competition here against Dallas and Philly. But let's see how our individual player stats are also before we continue on here. We've got Austin Matthews at 26 points. Mitch Marner at 25 points, Morgan Riley at 23, Hyman at 21, Tavares at 20, Tyson Berry's got 20, Kerfoot at 16, Kapanen at 15. And how are our goaltenders doing? Freddie Anderson's been playing a bulk of the games here, and Hutchinson not having as good a season this year as he was last year. So that could be a bit problematic. How are the goalies doing in the AHL? We've got Ian Scott, does not have a winning record, but he does have a pretty good save percentage and goals against, and he's a 75 overall. I don't think I want to call him up right now, though, as a replacement for Hutchinson. But what we do want to do, though, is get back into the sim. And we will take it up to here against the San Jose Sharks. Let's see what happens. Islanders, I said, was winnable, and we do indeed beat them, but then we lose to Florida. 2-0 win over Buffalo, as we take a look at the draft class, because we have not done that yet. And we've got an elite defenseman here, Carson Lambos, who is doing pretty well for himself right now. And the Sillinger guy, pretty nice. And then we've got Trevor Wong over here, who has 41 points in 27 games. Then Jude Ott, a sniper, he's doing pretty good. Let's take a look at goaltenders. Okay. Not bad. Could be better, though. And we lose against Dallas. And we win against Philadelphia. Boston, can we beat them? Can we get revenge on them from the playoffs? We cannot. And we lose regulation against the Blackhawks. Overtime win, though, against the Ducks. That's always nice. And then we lose to Edmonton. Vegas, this should be a winnable game. And Ottawa's placing Yannick Weber on waivers. Let's take a look at his info before I decide whether I want to claim him. You know what? 3 years left on his contract. And how old is he here? He is 32. Well, he could definitely help out our minor league team, so I think we will claim him. And we win against Vegas. And the Rangers want to offer us Cromwell and New Jersey's 3rd round pick in 2022 for Johnson and our 5th rounder this year. Not doing that. And 7-3 win over Pittsburgh. Ottawa is a win. So we've got a 3-game winning streak. And just as I say that, we lose in overtime to Arizona. Alright, so going into January here, we have now moved into a divisional spot at Buffalo, now leading the division. And Austin Matthews with 41 points. And that's actually not quite halfway yet, so we'll simulate these next 2 games, and then we will see where everyone is in terms of stats. And they want to give us Schlemko and a 5th rounder for a couple of picks. No, I think I'm good on defensemen right now, but thank you very much, Anaheim. Try again another time. And Vancouver destroys us 7-2, and apparently San Jose was the halfway point. Alright, I miscounted there. But, in any case, Austin Matthews with 42 points in 41 games. We've got Morgan Riley at 36, Marner at 33, John Tavares at 28 points. As much as I hate to say this, I think Johnny T might be starting to get into a decline here. He is still, though, a 90 overall, which is very good. And it looks like Hutchinson's stats are starting to improve. So yeah, let's go ahead and simulate up to here. And Alec Martinez for Andreas Johnson and 3 draft picks. I don't know. He's an 83 overall, but he's 33 years old. That's a bit of an issue. And I kind of don't want to take on older players right now. Alright, New Jersey we absolutely destroy 7-1. Then we shut out Columbus 3-0. And a couple picks to Arizona. I think this was the same offer they gave us before. No, get out of here. Detroit we win. Rangers we win. And Colorado's playing Hunter Miska on waivers. Miska is a goaltender. Let me take a look at his info. He is a 70 overall, which isn't necessarily bad, but he's got 4 wins in 15 games, save percentage of .873, and a goals against of .453. Not very good stats at all. So I think we are going to have to pass on him. And a shootout loss against Boston. And we lose against Vancouver. And Ian Scott and 2 picks to Florida for Buffalo's 3rd rounder this year. No thank you. I kind of like what Ian Scott's been doing for us down in the minor league level, even though the Marlies have been having an absolutely terrible season. Look at that, 11, 30, and 4. I think it's safe to say the Marlies are not going to make the AHL playoffs. No, I don't want Cromwell. Alright, so we finish off January with a loss against the Flyers. We are now 26, 19, and 7. Let's see where that puts us. That puts us into a wild card spot. We have 59 points. However, look at this. We've got 59. Ottawa has 59. They've got the other wild card. Montreal 59. Boston has 60, and Buffalo has 61. So it's a very, very close race for the division. Look at this. And Austin Matthews is up to 56 points. Mitch Marner's at 42 points. John Tavares is getting himself up to 40 points. And we did not assign any scouts yet, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. Assign scout. Alright. Find prospects. Any position. Let's send them out for the rest of the season. Why not? Alright, so now let's go back over here. And I think, let's see, where is the trade deadline? Is it up? Okay, well, not quite February 24th, but fairly close. So I think we'll take it up to there, and we will see what happens with our team. And Johnson for Namath. Top 6D. Let me take a look at this guy here. 80 overall, and he's 28 years old. No, sorry, Detroit. I am not. I hit the wrong thing again. I hit the wrong thing again. That's the second year in a row I've made a trade that I didn't want to do. Why do I keep making these same mistakes? I wanted to back out and I accidentally traded for him. Anyway, Columbus gets Chase on and a third rounder, as well as Chris Russell from Edmonton for a second and a third. Okay. And Carolina gets McNabb and Reeves from Vegas for McLennan and Kalinin. I think that's how you say his name. And look at us, we're going back. Oh, Philadelphia getting Paul Stastny and John Schlabo from Vegas for a first and a second. Vegas unloading there. And Ottawa getting a first and Houston in from Pittsburgh for Zdeno Chara and Irwin. No, get out of here, Montreal. Philadelphia getting an 81 overall Coleman for essentially 3 minor leaguers there. And look at this, we are now on a roll here. The Colorado Avalanche have fired their coach. 12-2 over Detroit, my goodness. Detroit gets Saad and Shaw from the Blackhawks for 2 picks. And Carolina's coming at us with an offer. Hunt. Alright, let me take a look at this. Brad Hunt. There we go. And a win over San Jose. So now, look at this. Look at all these wins we piled up here. We've piled up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me count again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Against 1 loss and 1 regulation loss. So that has, I'm pretty sure that's elevated us in the division standings. It has. We're actually leading the division right now. Look at that. That is what we like to see, gentlemen. Austin Matthews with 70, leading the way here with 76 points. So he has definitely picked up his play here. And Freddie Anderson, 30 wins. Very nice. Same save percentage as Hutchinson, but a slightly better goals against average. Now, do I want to make any more trades here before the deadline? Well, actually, first of all, let me take a look at what my lines look right now. Alright, Liljegren is up to an 84 overall, but he's hurt. And Namath in our lineup now as the third pair. Let's go to the... Alright, find trade. Actually, no. I don't want to do that. What I want to do, actually, is take a look at the standings. So yeah, we're leading the Atlantic now, and Boston, they are not in the playoffs right now. Very interesting. St. Louis now leading the President's Trophy race. Dallas has kind of fallen off a bit. Calgary, we're in a three-way tie with Calgary, Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh at 78 points. But Calgary and Pittsburgh, they have 2 games in hand on us. And plus, we have an ROW... Oh, never mind. Actually, we are 4th overall. I mean, Calgary... Yeah, because we have 1 more win than Calgary does. And... yeah. Alright, so St. Louis, they are leading the way for the Presidents. Let's just see who the worst team in the league right now is, and it is the Detroit Red Wings. Alright. Let's see if I can get something here. I'm not going to trade for any more players, but I want to see... Let me go to Detroit and Vegas. Actually, let's go to Vegas here first. Would I be able to get their first round pick, assuming that they have one? They do. They have their own first rounder. I would have to give up John Tavares and 3 draft picks to the Vegas Golden Knights for their first round pick. Not something that I particularly would want to do. Liljegren, on the other hand, he is starting to develop nicely, but again, I don't think I want to trade Liljegren. Austin Matthews, definitely not. Mitch Marner, I don't think so, and definitely not Morgan Riley. So, let's go to Detroit. Let's go to the Red Wings. And no trades available. Okay, so, yeah, we're not going to trade for anyone's picks this time around. Well, at least I don't want to trade any roster players for their picks. We have Ottawa's pick, though. And obviously that is not enough trade value. So we're going to have to dig deeper here. Okay, I think maybe if we add one more thing that should work. No, it doesn't. No, that did not work. Let's try this. And no, so that is not going to work. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here, and then we'll simulate the rest of the season in the next video.